Greetings and welcome, adventurers, to another episode of Let's Play Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition, Hordes of the Underdark. When last we left off, we have beaten Agaz and his golem friends to get to the power source, so we can deliver it to Ferris. So, Ferron rather. Let's take the power source. Drink a potion just to make it a little bit easier. Let's go. Be a little bit careful because there's still these golems around, and the traps, of course, are still in place. Don't think I have any useful spells left. Let's turn this into the empowered maximize magic missile. Should be able to just knuckle these down. Powered. Why is it just always so darn difficult to hit anything? Even with my epic spell penetration, I still get nowhere. Alright. Moving forwards. Stone golem should be a little bit easier, although they hit just as hard. Luckily I'm immune to blow. Yeah, I'll take it. Alright, let's just deliver our cargo. Baron, this weighs a lot. 30.5 units. I'd rather have that not on my shoulders. Cure the Alliance. Get on with it.
I bid you greetings.
Baron nods his head in greeting. Welcome back. Is there something you need? Agaz is dead. I am pleased to hear the tyrant has been destroyed, elven female. But without the power source we cannot be free. I have the power source. Take it. Baron reaches out slowly to take the artifact from you, his metal eyes shining with wonder. I cannot thank you enough for this. You have given us the key to our freedom. We have given you the key, but you must open the door and pass through it yourself. Freedom never comes without struggle and effort. We will begin making our preparations to leave this place at once, though it will be a long time before we are ready to go. Among other things, we'll have to decide on the destination for our journey. Don't forget, I need your help against the Vulturess. I will not abandon you. You are a true friend of the golems. We will be at your side when you go to face your enemy. It is the least we can do for you. Now, is there anything else you need? I should be going now. Goodbye, elven female. Aww. Alright, let's rest up. We should be safe enough here. Alright, so I would like it if I could have gotten into this little room over here. But unfortunately I do not have the means to open that door. To get the means to open that door, I would need to have to take a point in lockpicking. So I can use these tools. Alright. Certainly, Valen, what would you like? He watches you for a moment, his expression betraying the uncertainty behind his fierce eyes. I wish to talk about the seer. Good. I have a few questions about her myself. He thinks about it for a moment, and then shakes his head. It is not my place to discuss the seer's business beyond how it relates to me, personally. But perhaps that will shed some light on what you wish to know. I am unsure how much knowledge you have of the plains, Mathijssa. I suspect little, in which case the blood walls mean nothing to you. That's so? I know what the blood wars are. I was recruited into those battles. He looks away from you, his eyes taken on the haunted cast. For years I fought in the outer plains as something less than a soldier. I was a beast. How were you recruited? I was captured, he scowls at the memory. I spent all my youth fleeing through the Blood War, but I was scooped up by demons and made a battle slave anyway. How long did this go on? Baden thinks for a moment. I cannot be sure. Much of my time in the Abyss was spent in incoherent rage. Perhaps 20 years? More? Time has little meaning there. Why did you fight if you didn't like it? I had little choice. I was a slave, you see, the property of my demonic master. He threw me into each battle and I fought to survive. Continue your tale. The Blood Wars made me into a warrior I am. He nods to his armor and weapons. Though it meant nothing to me. I was a mindless soldier, no more. My infernal masters encouraged the demonic blood that was within me. I was beholden to it. I reveled in it. I was desperate to please my masters with each opponent I slaughtered. There was nothing in me that was human. That meant less than nothing to me. Until the seer found me. He came to the Abyss. He shakes his head. No, the first time I saw her I was summoned along with my master to your world by a spell. To fight against the seer, in fact. The drow priestess had called us, and so we were beholden to the battle. During the attack, I came face to face with the seer and she looked into my soul. I have no other way to describe it. We were banished back to the plains, but the memory of the seer stayed with me. It haunted my dreams. Raiden closes his eyes, shuddering. For the first time in decades, I began to remember the life I once had. That can't have been easy considering where you were. His voice is flat. It wasn't. But she hadn't even done anything to you. Not directly, no. But I think she was the first person who really looked at me. And therefore she made me look at myself. I didn't like what I saw. What happened next? He pauses, closing his eyes. My master sensed my difficulty. I was tortured for months or years. I really could not tell. I only remember that it was agony beyond measure. Demons know how to torture. Eventually, I was able to escape Grimace. For a moment, Valen's eyes take on a haunted look. I made my way to your world, an alien place for a plainer such as me, and searched until I found the seer. He healed my wounds and spoke to me. He offered to help me. I wanted it. His voice is thick with emotion. She saved me in every way that one can be saved. Your master didn't try to get you back? Valen smirks. Yes, he did. He was unsuccessful. It seems that all my skill at killing devils also applies just as well to demons. Imagine that. I thought it necessary to tell you all this simply so you know how truly important this seer is to me. I would never betray her, or allow her to be betrayed. I understand, Valen. We all do what we must. He nods, looking away from you. So we do. At any rate, I simply thought you should know that. Well, good to know where he stands. There is still one more place that we need to have a look at. Now we have broken the trap beneath. Alright, so. You two, stay here.
Okay. Very well.
Since I do not have the password and have no means of getting the password, because that requires going through that locked door upstairs, I have no choice but to confront the golems. So we'll do that now. At least he will not punish us for not knowing the password. Right, now if I'm right, these two cannot go beyond this point.
Okay.
Right. Still have to bind this. And a crasher. But we are running out of charges for that, so That's the last of his potions. Man. Get up. Deacon, could you please not stand in front? Fall back.
Okay.
Cannot win this fight.
Why am I only hitting the one that I'm not aiming for?
I am
Deacon.
Okay.
This is getting a little annoying. Let's start over. Deacon, stand over here, stand ground.
Okay.
And let's put the distraction thing down. Alright. Alright. Wait until they're a bit closer.
Into the flames we leap.
Okay.
Alright. Let's see if we can just do some damage. Alright. Oh, actually managed to hit him there. Let's try a different element. And that seems to be fairly effective. Alright, cool. Up. Totem Seal 1, Totem Seal 2. Ooh, alright, that fight was way tougher than it had any right to be, but it was a good preparation. Let us rest up. I've pretty much used all my golem attributes. Now the real challenge begins. And the Watcher is gone, that's fine. And now is probably a good time to prepare. I don't know if that's going to last long enough, because we probably will have a conversation with the maker. A floating skull hovers in the air above you, before you, making the ultimate fate of the maker readily apparent. He has become a demolish. The skull turns its malevolent eyes in your direction and addresses you with a rasping voice you hear only in your head. The very words it speaks seem to twist and drive within your mind. I do not recognize you as one of my creations. What manner of creature are you that you would invade my inner sanctum? Who are you that dares to intrude upon my work? Well, my name is Mathijssa. Once I was called Alsigard, known to many as the Maker. Now I have transcended the weakness of my flesh and body, and I am not what I once was. Yeah, now you speak nothing but a floating skull. Speaking wonders, you float all the time? Or maybe sometimes you just roll around on the floor like a ball? A kobold? I've seen such a creature for many centuries. I cannot say I regret the absences of such being. Kobolds are flawed, as all living creatures must be. Even my children. Your children? You mean the golems? Long ago I learned the weakness of flesh. Friends and family will betray you, but the fault is not theirs, it is the weakness of the body that keeps them from perfection. Once I understood this, I vowed to create a perfect being, a construct built without weakness or flaw, to do what a perfect living creature could not, and so I created my golem children. I began with mindless vessels, perfecting my technique. In time I began to create golems with minds of their own, constructs with true free will, and even these creatures were imperfect. How so? The fault of my golems was actually mine. My own body was flawed. It was weak, aging. How could an imperfect maker create a perfect being? My children were failures. They had doubts and fears. They were afraid of change, afraid to evolve. The free will I'd given them was like weakness, not a strength. Like all other beings, they were flawed. I should have destroyed them, but I, too, was imperfect. Sentimental attachments clouded my thinking. I allowed my children to live, even as I retreated here in search of my own perfection. But your golems have evolved since you came down here. Perhaps. They are still inherently flawed. I built them before I truly understood what I had done. It had to be done. They will never achieve perfection. They are therefore expendable. Once I became a demolish, much of what I had clouded my thinking stripped away. I tried to make my golems into living creatures, but of course living creatures are themselves flawed. At last I understood how to create a truly perfect being. For hundreds of years I have worked on this single creation, a golem like any other, and now my work is all but complete. And what happens when you finish this perfect golem? The limit shudders. You hear it sigh within your mind. This conversation is a waste of time. The sad remnant of the imperfect being that I once was. There is no purpose here. You could not possibly understand the magnitude of what I'm about to achieve. You are flawed, imperfect. You must be destroyed before your very presence here taints my experiment. An angry roar of vile hatred echoes through your skull. The demonic launches itself into attack. Indeed it does, but it has to wait until next time. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoy my content, please rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all then. Bye!